All right, good morning. It is Saturday the 27th, I believe. Let me check. Yes, it is Saturday the 27th. So, as promised, I said I would go over everything. To replace the cruise control, so the right-hand control cluster, you do need to take out 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts or screws here, right? You need to take out these screws or bolts on either side. All right, this Allen wrench is the same size as this one. All right, so that's something to note. All right, same size. All right, you want to take this off as well, pull it off, but don't lose everything inside. Trust me when I say this, don't lose everything inside. It's a pain in the arse. Oh man, my lens is dirty. Here, how's that? All right, so take this off. This comes off completely. Take this off, all right, and this is where the fun begins. All right, you have to take these 4 screws out. Take the handlebar completely off. You'll want to take this off, which is just turn to the left a little bit and it pulls right out. Then this pops right up. Take that out. All right. And once you do that, you'll be able to see that down inside there, there's this wire guide. All right. This throttle cable runs along here through that wire guide and then down inside. And like I said the other day, I would highly recommend taking off this panel. You're going to need to take this panel off, and then also taking off this panel and this panel. All right, like I said, 4 screws, 2 here, 2 here, and there are 3 pop rivet things right here, same on the other side. Once you find the wire and you're tracing it through, the plug is right in here. Unplug it. You're gonna have to snip a couple of zip ties, pull it through, and then up in here you got to finagle it. There's a spot about yay big, and of course the cord, the plug on the cord is about yay big, so you got to finagle it through, but you can get it through. Once you get through, then you pull it back through the wire guide, pull it out. Then the fun begins. Then you got to weed all that back in through there again. Get it all back in, zip tie it, plug it back in, put your body panels back on, put the cover on, everything. All right, so there's that. Now here's where the royal pain in the arse begins. All right, so inside here there is a spring and a bushing. That spring and that bushing have to be in there, and on the inside of this entire piece here there is a rod, and that rod has a tiny little hole in it, and inside that little hole goes one end of that spring, so it has to lock in there. And we figured this out sheerly by just trial and error, me getting mad, but you're going to want to turn this pipe or rod that's inside till it's lined up. You'll see that there's a slit right here on the side of your handlebar. You'll line that slit up with the slit on the pipe, and then what you're going to do is line your spring up here, make sure it's lined up here, and then turn that pipe a quarter of a turn. And by turning it a quarter of a turn, there's actually a hole right here on the top of it that lines up with that slit, and that's where the kingpin for this cover goes and holds everything in, and that puts enough tension on that spring for it to be able to snap back. All right, Once you got that, put your cap on, put this on. There's 2 screws inside, screw it on, put the cap on, screw that on, and then secure this to this, and that is locked in. It is not going anywhere. All right, I am super happy about that. All right, now, like I said, the instructions for this shad saddlebag system are the worst instructions I've ever seen in my life. So what you'll want to do is get the instructions. In the instructions it says take off this panel here and that panel over here. Okay, it does not tell you that also that you have to take off this panel and this panel, and then there are 2 screws, one here and one here. You have to take all those off, along with there's a screw here and a screw here and a screw here. You have to take all those off to be able to pull that panel off. Once you get that panel off, you pull it out, and you're going to want to widen the 2 holes on the left side to 7/8 of an inch. So I would recommend getting a taper bit and running it up. And what I did was I just kept the spacers that they provide. I just kept that right there, and then check it. Mine's not a super snug fit, but it's a nice fit. I didn't want it too tight, so it's there. Once you got that, then what you'll do is you'll take out these bolts on this side, take them out completely, leaving this cap and this cap. Then you're going to grab 2 spacers, 1, 2, and 2 washers. There's one on this one and one on this one, and then they provide the longer bolts. So 1 bolt, 2 bolt. Pretty simple. Put it in there, put the spacer, everything, lock everything back in, tighten it down. On the underside here, on the left side only, there are 2 different size spacers. All right, there's a short one, and then over here on the other side, you can hardly see it, there's a longer one. It's only about a 1/4 inch longer, but you're gonna need both of those in there to lock that down. Same thing, washers, spacers, nuts, lock it down into the bracket. All right, this side, the exact same setup here. I recommend putting these on first. Okay, putting these on first will allow you to get more stability in putting these on. Okay, so put those on, put the spacer here, put the spacer here, tighten it down, and you're done. Bada boom, bada bing. One thing I didn't know, of course, because until I was cleaning up, that they actually provide new covers for the area on the front where you take those panels off and discard them. So that'll be another project. I really don't feel like taking it all back apart again today and putting it back on there. So what I am going to do though is I'm going to celebrate a little bit, and by celebrating that means, you guessed it, going for a ride. So my buddy Don, who helped me, he's gone back to his place. He's getting dressed up. He's got a Harley, so we're just going to go out for a spin for a couple hours. That'll give me time to make sure that I got batteries charged, and then go from there. So next time you see me, I will be on the bike, or you'll be on the bike with me. All right, ready?
Welcome back. Like I said, the best way to celebrate is going for a ride, and that is what we are doing. I'm gonna meet Don over at the Department of Licensing. He's got to pick up the tabs for his bike, and just gonna go for a ride. Don't know where, don't know how long, just gonna go. Man, I love riding this bike. I can't even tell you how much I love riding this bike. I did take the let's see if I can go down a little bit. There you go. I did take the saddlebag off. Couple of reasons for that. one, I noticed that it was starting to wear on the paint, so that was not pleasing me very much, so that was one reason. Two, the adhesive that was being used to hold it in place up here under this fairing and in that cowling right there, that adhesive, when the engine got warm, that adhesive went soft, and so I found myself one day riding down the road and one hand on the bag to keep it from flying off till I could pull over and take it off and throw it up in the trunk. So I was not very happy about that. In fact, I was pretty pissed off. But then when I took it off, I noticed that the adhesive that's down here by the seat, that was run the same way as well. So if I can figure out a way to put it back on and not have it wearing on the paint, then I'll do that. But until then, I just don't know if I'm going to put it back on yet or not, which is really upsetting because it's a great place to be able to store my stuff, is right there. But I also had that because I didn't have the saddlebags, so now that I've got the saddlebags, should make things a little bit easier. All good?
Bikes like this, you can't go side by side.
I know, right? You. All right, well, as you can see, I got Don behind me. He's back there playing around on his Harley. We're just going out for a little ride. It's a beautiful day outside. The bike says 50 degrees. I'm gonna say it's probably more along the lines of 48, 47. But we made a quick stop and got some gas, stopped by Cycle Gear, and got some new gloves. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do, oh man, look at that view. That is gorgeous. Great day for a ride. I'm starting to wonder maybe the clouds are going to open up and start raining, but I don't think it's going to happen. Gotta tell you, it's nice being back on the bike knowing that it's running at 100%. Not that I was worried about it, but you know, I was having that little difficulty with the throttle, which I was close. I didn't grab the hammer. Don was thinking one thing. We were both thinking along the same lines as far as how it should work, but the implementation was different and a little off for what we were both thinking. So I got to looking at it and I said, you know, I think I'm really just way overthinking this. and I thought about it in the way of a fabricator, as far as how would I design something so that way I know it can be done every time the same exact way. And that was my solution. Yeah, so we're just gonna ride out towards Snoqualmie Falls. So we're gonna take this road here. This is Old Snohomish Monroe Road. We'll take this, and that'll take us straight out to 203. And 203 we'll head south and go through Carnation and go out that way. I'm gonna wrap this up for today. It is a beautiful day, and I'm just gonna enjoy the ride and have fun. So you guys get out, go ride whatever it is you're riding. If you just happen to stumble across this video and you like it, please hit the like button. It really does make a difference. If you'd like to be a member, feel free to hit the subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell icon and find out when I'm going to be uploading my next video.